So if you look at the periodic table, one of the things that you'll notice is that you've got a little square with a symbol. And generally you're going to have a whole number, and then you're going to have a number with a decimal position. So whenever you look at that number and whenever you look at that symbol, you're getting some information about it. Let's say I'm going to change this to X, just so I'm using like a hypothetical. You know what? Forget that. I'm going to use lithium. Lithium has an atomic number of 3. That atomic number tells us the number of protons within an atom of lithium. This also has a 6.940 or something like that, 0.8. This right here is the average atomic mass. And that number is really kind of, I don't think that it's not necessarily complicated, but respect that number for what it is. This number tells you the average of all isotopes and their relative abundances. So what you might see from time to time is somebody might take this and say, okay, well, we're talking about an average atomic mass of 6.9408. I'm going to round that to about 7. And that would give you a mass number. And the idea there is that there's one isotope of lithium that has a mass of 7. That 7 is going to be equal to, well, protons plus your neutrons. Now, since you have this whole number, you've got your number of protons. So effectively, an isotope of lithium with a mass of 7 has 3 protons, 4 neutrons. Okay, so when you look at the periodic table, it's important to be able to extract that sort of information out. Now, in addition to that, whenever you're looking at the periodic table, it's pretty common to then say, well, this atom is in its, quote, elemental form. And that term, that phrase has significance. What that means is that this atom that you're talking about has no charge. Now, it has charged particles or subatomic particles that are charged, but this atom as a whole has no charge. What that means is that the number of protons is equal to the number of electrons. So if I mention lithium in its elemental form, well, that means lithium has no overall charge. It has 3 protons, which each one of those has a positive charge, and it has 3 electrons. Each one of those has a negative charge. Those 2 different things are going to cancel one another out. All right, well, that addresses our 2 biggest, or our 2 charged subatomic particles. Our 3rd subatomic particle is a neutron. And neutrons have no charge whatsoever. It's helpful to think about neutrons as being neutral. So basically, you have protons, neutrons, and electrons. Protons with a positive charge, neutrons with no charge, electrons with a negative charge. Protons and neutrons have mass. Electrons have virtually no mass. All right, well, I hope that was helpful looking at and thinking about your different subatomic particles, and have a good one.